I am going to say goodbye to all of these. Hey guys, it's Pokemonster here, and in today's episode in this new business series, I'm going to be making the biggest sacrifice I've made so far, which is to break up parts of my personal collection and take out some singles for grading. Particularly, I'm looking at some English singles. So, as you guys can see, I've got the start of a Shining Legends set, not master set here. And I've got 6 to 7 binders where I'm going to be going through this process and looking at cards to see whether they are worth grading or not. Now, what's worth grading might be different to each different person, so you guys let me know if you think I've missed out on some easy things that I should be grading. But mainly in terms of value, in terms of what I'm looking at things that are decent 3-digit values. So this is a very impromptu video, so hopefully the lighting is okay. It's kind of hard to get like perfect lighting when you're going through a binder because obviously the light is going to reflect against this. So you guys let me know how the lighting is, and again, if I've missed out anything obvious. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So we've got my Shining Legends set here, and it's not a master set. I'm just looking through and thinking, maybe the Shining Mew already will start with. Probably one of the only ones. Shining Legends still is not worth that much as a set. But I'm going to be evaluating this at the same time as you guys. So I'm not sure this one is worth grading, because if you guys see, there's a bit of whitening down there. Hopefully it's clear. So that's sort of an easy decision. Like, yes, it is a gradable card, but I'm not going to grade it because probably will come back an 8, and at that point it doesn't make it worth grading. So we'll keep going. I'm just going to take a look at the Shining Rayquaza as well. I'm not fully familiar with the values on these as well, but I'm expecting some issues on most of these. I mean, this one has got a nick on the top left there. Okay, so as you guys can see, the values are about £59, £42, so to me that's not worth it. And also if we look at the raw value of the card, raw value is about £20. So if it's £20 raw value and you spend £16 to grade it, your total cost is already going to be £40. And if a PSA 9 is only going to be around that, and a 9 obviously is not guaranteed, to me that's not worth it. So that's sort of the thought process that I go through, and you know, it's nothing revolutionary. I think most people think about this, but yeah, this is the big page, so I'm gonna have a think. As you guys can see, this Mewtwo is way too OC to even think about grading. Let's take a look. So the centering on this is actually okay. And just taking a look within the sleeve, there is a nick down there. So yeah, I mean, it might be that I don't come out with anything in terms of breaking this up. But there are definitely some cards later on that I already have in mind in terms of taking out. So let's take a look at this Lugia. It's got a sort of weird mark there. So again, not suitable for grading. But there is a big elephant in the room, which is this one. So let me just see. As you guys can see, like, I'm not familiar with the condition on a lot of my own cards, and that's because I haven't looked at them in a while. Okay, so obviously a beautiful, beautiful card. Okay, I have just spotted another flaw though. Unfortunately, might have to keep this raw. So there's a mark there. I don't know if that's obvious. Okay, that probably eliminates itself on reflection. Actually, Shining Legends is safe. Now let's look at Hidden Fates. Actually, as you guys know, Jesse and James is doing very well, but the issue I've got here with mine is the top-down centering again. So actually, you know, this is interesting for me because the back is really, really clean, but I think the top-down centering is just going to be awful for this, so no. And let's take a look at Giovanni's Exile. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this kind of content, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe as per usual. Looking at this card, it seems clean enough to me, so I'll just be doing some inspections after the video, but because I don't have very strong light here. So what I've done for this one is I have searched up the raw value, which is like £14. PSA 10 value recently is like £99. Now bear in mind, obviously, the wait times at PSA are going to be really long, so I am taking a risk, but it's not a huge risk in my opinion. I can always replace this card for £15 if I need a less good condition copy. Okay, so we've taken one bit out already. I'm gonna skip the birds. Gonna take a look at some of these shiny vaults. Because this was printed so much, you can always replace it very easily. So SV6. Okay, so the Charmander isn't really worth it. It's like £40, so I'm gonna skip on it. And because it's like one of the most popular, I don't think any of these other ones are gonna be worth it. The Eevee here is a little bit off center, left to right, so I'm gonna skip it. So we are gonna move on to the big boy shiny vault Pokemon. I, again, have no idea what condition these are in, so I'm looking at these at the same time as you guys, so you guys let me know what you think as well. Centering looks okay. Okay. On reflection, I can't because there's some weird lip there, as you guys can see here. Let's have a think which ones here are worth it. Let's take a look. Okay, so in my mind, I've got Ho-Oh, Evolutions, Greninja. Let's take a look. Hidden Fate's obviously one of the most popular sets of all time. So let's look at this together. Surface looks pretty clean. Hidden Fate's print quality is honestly really, really good. So, okay, second candidate found. It's this Ho-Oh SV. So in a PSA 10, this goes for around 90 to 100 pounds, I want to say. So definitely one to add to the list. And the aim of this really is to get some, good business stock at basically zero or low cost, because the costing would have been done, wouldn't have been done at the time. It's just opening for enjoyment, right? So second one down. Now let's take a look at another evolution, being this Glaceon. Another one to look at together. Looks clean to me. Again, another one down the list. See, Hidden Fate's print quality is just so much better than Shining Legends. So that does mean that we are breaking up a significant part of our shiny vault. But hopefully, if I do have the desire to continue or refill this set, I can just buy them raw. They'll be cheaper, right? Okay, next up, gotta take a look at the Greninja. Bought this for like £20 probably. Definitely needs a new sleeve, so let's take a look. But no major issues from the outside. So Greninja, one of the most popular XY Pokemon, if not the most, alongside Sylveon. Seems to be okay here. There we go, another one down. The Mewtwo and Espeon. So let's take a look at these. Mewtwo. Again, Hidden Fate's print quality is just so good, so I think this is going to be another one to go. Yeah, I mean, the solds are definitely kind of justifying it to me, so this might be another one that has to go for grading. So yeah, so I'm pretty lucky, obviously, but I think everyone who's starting a business will have their own personal collection, and you just have to think about what you're willing to let go of and what you're not willing to let go of, and that's something that changes. This set is probably one of the best printed English sets ever, so yeah. Next, Espeon is probably going to be second best candidate out of all of the ones in my Hidden Fates binder. I don't have the Zard, unfortunately. Again, so clean. I mean, I would be surprised if I sent these off and they didn't get 10s quite consistently, but if you look at that Espeon, wow, beautiful cards. I would prefer them in Japanese still. If you guys didn't know, as my binder is showing, I clearly was an English collector before. Now I'm more focused on Japanese. But so there is a nick on the Espeon. If you guys can look down here, try and get it up. Down where the light is shining at the moment, there's a tiny speck. But I think that still passes by PSA standards. So let's take a look at this big boy, because this is worth like, 350 quid. So we've got the big boy here, Umbreon SV. Looks so nice in the camera, but anyways, that's not what I'm here for. So we have got a pretty clean, again, looks to be gem mint to me, Umbreon. Maybe there's some small whitening down there that might detract from it, but I think, again, worth a go. Such a beautiful set, and like, I clearly don't open my binder enough to appreciate it, but look at that. It's just absolutely beautiful. So we've got a decent stack already of things to submit to PSA. Now, I'm not gonna do everything in one go, I think. Okay. Another big boy that we forgot, but I think this will be the main, potentially the last one. So let's take a look at it. Sylveon GX Shiny, the second most popular evolution actually, after Umbreon, and that's kind of showing. Okay, so I think that's the Hidden Fates submission done. I am going to say goodbye to all of these. I did say there were some things I was not going to touch, and this is one of them. So there are some things I'm willing to let go of, but this, and now I'm just, you know, showing you guys because hopefully you guys like this stuff. I'm not getting rid of this. So next we're going to take a look at some maybe more messy stuff. I don't have everything organized in here, but I do remember that there was some Pokemon to look at. So we'll just see if there's anything that's actually worth grading in here. That's part of the process, right? It's thinking about whether there is anything worth grading. Okay, so I've got a bunch of high tier illustration rares there. So we'll take a quick look at the condition. I'm not going to spend too long in this binder, I don't think, just looking at what's in here. Although some of these, you know, popular EX Pokemon sometimes are worth grading, like this Gengar. But it's very touch and go, because like you're paying £16 now to grade it, and in a PSA 10 it's like worth 30 or like a little bit less. So I think for that kind of value, maybe it's not worth it. Okay, we have got some tag teams. We're going to take a look at the conditions of those first, I think. But I don't think any of these are like gem mint. So let's take a look at this. Latios. There must be something on here that means that I didn't want to grade it. There are some tiny surface issues, which I don't even know if PSA would pick up on. There's like some tiny dots on here. That's what I kind of look at. I have had some things fall through the cracks and get graded 10s, so that's a maybe. I'm not keen on the rainbows, so let's take a look at the Celebi Venusaur together. Not worth it because it's got a nick down there. Yeah, let me know what your guys' experience is if you're starting a business recently, or just if you're grading cards. Are you sort of tapping into your personal collection to do it? Next, we'll look at those popular IR or AR cards I was talking about. Again, I think I've put them here because I'm not sure about their quality. So we've got the Ghastly Gengar, is obviously hiding there, but this one is extremely popular at the moment. I think I'll look at the Ghastly and the Eevee maybe. So Ghastly AR. Centering left to right. The thing with these is if you get a 9, it really kills you. Centering is, I think this is a bit too OC for me to send, guys. Let me know if you disagree. All depends on like your risk tolerance, but yeah, for that reason, I would be inclined to keep that in there as part of the personal collection. And then we'll take a look at the Eevee as well. So Eevee illustration rare, centering looks okay. And how is the back? It's got a little surface issue, which is surprising considering I pulled this myself. But again, I just wonder if it's something that, yeah, I think I can't send it because of that. But you guys see that? If you guys have grading experience recently with PSA, you see the little dot up there? I'm just wondering, have you guys spotted these on your own cards, and what do PSA say about it? And I'll hold off on sending these until I know the experience from you guys. But yeah, that's it for this binder. Okay, so we are coming on to what I was really thinking about when I was thinking about sacrificing parts of my collection, and it is the 25th anniversary English set of Celebrations. So taking a look at some of these cards, there should be hopefully quite a few ones that are in good condition, like this Gold Mew. So we've got this added because the 30th anniversary is coming and people are going to get speculative about it. So that's one. Then we've got the big three. Starting off with the Blastoise. Hopefully I can get a sequential set for these. The centering seems okay. And if I take it out again, looks like it's got a matte finish, kind of like most Celebrations cards, but yes, this passes the grade for grading. So there we go, that's number 2. Again, Celebrations, much like Hidden Fates, had pretty good print quality. So I am actually pretty confident on these cards. Take a look at this Zard. Ooh, scary, almost dropped it. Looks incomparable to the Japanese one, in my opinion, but that's also why I'm sort of doing this. So yeah, we are sort of starting to build a decent submission now, aren't we? There we go, we got the Zard and the Venusaur. Again, pretty much gem mint condition, so I'll be very annoyed if I get screwed over by PSA, but that is sort of what to expect these days, isn't it? Okay, so we've got 4 outs of Celebrations so far. Let's see, Birthday Pikachu is another one that's kind of worth it to me. It does have something. It's got a tiny print dot. Actually, I think this one has a bit too much whitening for my liking. Down there, in the corner. I'm just not gonna risk it for this type of card, or I can always send it off on a different submission. So the Pikachu is safe for now, and then we get on to the next page. So the ones I'm looking at really are, I think, just these 2. Starting with the Umbreon. Let's take a look. Is this worth sending to PSA? So I have to say the centering is not perfect. I would say it's probably borderline centering. But you guys let me know. Otherwise, the card is in great condition, so you know what? We are gonna send this off. And the thing is, let's assume I get 10s on these. I don't think I'm gonna sell them straight away. I think I should be holding them back for closer to the 30th anniversary. Just because I think these cards haven't peaked yet. Obviously they were mass printed. They sat and sat for ages, but they're starting to see some movement now as the market picks up. And as you guys all know, it is the 30th anniversary soon, so centering is a little bit off here, left to right. I think with the new PSA standards, I need to see how they grade some of the cards first. So this one is a potential, but the centering is unclear, so I'm gonna leave it for now. Alright guys, so here is what I've picked out from my binders, but it technically is just 2 sets. But I do also have cards that I've already put in semi-rigids for grading and stuff. So now I'm just going through them so I can build 20 to 25 card submission every month. Keep the... Okay, I do have to send these off for autographing as well. Okay, so let's take a look at these cards that I've just taken out, because I do want to build a 20 to 25 card submission in addition to those that I've just sent. Conveniently, Pikachu Master Ball, I think I should send that off. These ones I'm going to say no. Groudon I'm going to have a look at. The Mewtwo I'm going to say no because of the centering. So this has turned from breaking up my personal collection to now let's send off some stuff together and prep the actual submission. So this will be a mix of, you know, business stuff and personal stuff. First on the list, we have got some personal stuff, obviously. A Rita signature with head sketch on the base set Charizard. Like that. And we have got a Blasty SAR, again signed by Arita. No Japanese signature, but one of my favorite Arita cards of all time. So we've got 2 of the 11 already fitted out. Now let's take a look at the Groudon, for example. And I'm finding that filming this video is actually helping me keep myself accountable, because I've just been sitting on some of this stuff for ages. So let's take a look at the Groudon. So it's not the cleanest, but I think I just want to test out how it gets received by PSA. Then we have a Pikachu Master Ball. So there we go, the Pikachu Master Ball that I pulled myself. It's time to grade it, I think. And I actually think these will hold better than the Terrestrial Festival ones. So we have got another one added to the pile there. Another personal collection one, I do want to get this graded. Picked this up from Card Masters UK at the Kent Card Show. Tag Team Eevee Snorlax. So there you go. Okay, and then I think I just need to sprinkle in some things that I've predetermined for grading. So let's take a look. So these three Sword and Shield alt, I'll just send them off. I think these two I've already marked for grading, so again, I'm gonna send them off. And then here we go, we've got more. I forgot about these. I think I'll send these two off. For someone of my size and just having started, I'm pretty happy with this submission. These I clearly earmarked already for submitting, so I've got like a 26 card submission here. What I haven't done today, which I might do in a future video, is gone through my other stack of cards in the grading pile. Not all of these are cards for grading, but a lot of them have potential. I'm gonna leave that for a future video because I have managed to build out a 25 card submission with what I just showed you guys. So let's just go through it again one last time. So we have got a few singles. We've got the Espeon Master Ball, Simisear V-Star, Aerodactyl EX, Lapras EX. We've got the Calyrex Ice Rider, the Genesect V, the Unknown V, Tag Team Eevee Snorlax, the Master Ball Pikachu, Groudon AR, Blastoise SAR, so these are personal collection signatures, Celebrations cards, Umbreon, Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise, Mew, Latios GX Tag Team, and then some Hidden Fates stuff, so Mewtwo, Sylveon, Umbreon, and I'll show you guys the results when these cards come back. So yeah, that's basically how I've prepared this 25 card submission. Hopefully you guys found it interesting. Let's take a look at what grades I get, what value I've managed to uplift from the grades. Hopefully we get some good grades. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you guys next time.